Hey garden friends, welcome back to KellyNo Garden. My name is Kelly. I live in Southeast Michigan in the Zone B. Today we are doing a garden tour at the Oudolf Garden in Detroit. This garden been around for only 2 years. Back in 2019, the Michigan Garden Club had reached out to Oudolf to make a garden in Detroit on Belle Isle. And this is my second time here. I was here on Monday with Rick and I enjoyed myself. I met a man named Richard and he was telling me all about the garden. And so we're going to go ahead and take a tour, and if you're interested on the plants and different things in this garden, they do have where you can use your phone and scan the QR code that's here. If you scan the QR code with your phone for information about the garden. You can also set up where you could get a tour, like for a group, for like a company or a church. They only ask for like a $5 donation. What's interesting about this particular garden that's in Detroit is one of a kind. The designer is a Dutch garden master. As you can see how beautiful this garden is. It sits in front of the Nancy building. The clock is working right now. I see it's 8:15. What you see in front of you is a bench that was designed by a Dutch designer. I just love how this garden came out. They have been working on it for the last 2 years. The designer was here on Sunday. I wish I was able to come here, but I was out of town that day and I was bummed out that I couldn't meet the designer. So let's go ahead and walk. I'm gonna give you a little bit of story about it. I'll make sure I put the link to their YouTube channel as well as the information about this garden. If you live in Southeast Michigan, I'm on Belle Isle where the botanical garden at, and the Nancy, I want to say it's a lighthouse statue. I'm not for sure. I'm gonna make sure I look up the research on that building because it was built in 1926. That's all I remember as a kid because we used to come here all the time for school events, and I love Belle Isle. And also, if you guys are wondering, yes, I'm nearby the Giant Slide. It is not open today. If you're not familiar with what's going on with the Detroit Giant Slide, just hashtag Detroit Giant Slide in the Instagram world or just type it up in YouTube. So let's get started. So what I like the most is how he laid it out. And an interesting thing, he was not in Detroit planting any plants because what happened, we was in the middle of a pandemic. So he was not able to come and physically put a plant out here. All of this is volunteer. Everything that you see, it was volunteer. A group of gardener clubs in Michigan came together and helped out and volunteer. And also, they maintenance this garden. It's a 501c nonprofit, so everything that they do, they fundraise. So make sure you guys check out their website. I make sure I put it down into the link so you can donate. And also, say you like to see them here, you can sponsor to see them. The minimum is $10. That's 2 plants. So you get 2 plants for $10. And they have your name on it and everything. So it's basically is putting it back into the garden to keep up the maintenance. And another interesting thing, none of this is fertilized. As you can see, normally you see mulch for most people's yards. They use it actual rocks and dirt. Nothing is fertilized, which is cool. Even though the allium is done for the year, the Millennium Garden, you can still leave the spence blooms up. It's still pretty. A lot of people use it for flower arrangements. But look how tall this one got. Me and Rick walked through here on Monday, and I was laughing so hard because he is so silly. And during the whole time, I was shaking the camera. What's interesting is it's 17 flower beds, and they have like where it's a walking path. Like right now, I'm on like the outer side of it, where the parking lot at, and walking on the grass. You just gotta make sure you can't jump on top of the brick. And also, if you like any plants that you see, for this, for example, this plant, because I'm not good with names of plants yet, but I'm going to get there. You can go to their website, use that QR code, go to the website. They have an interactive map, and you click on that map, and it will tell you what kind of plant it is. I will show you the area of this location so you can look and see what plant it is. Also, you notice they don't have name tags. The reason why they didn't put any name tags out here, and they want to leave it as natural as possible. So when you see something that you like, they do have a QR code in this area for you to scan to see what plant it is. I love daylilies, but the previous owner had daylilies, and I ripped them out because I just didn't like when it died and the leaf and the blue. I had so many in the past. I just couldn't take it anymore. The design is based upon perennials. There's no annuals in this garden. He likes to use a lot of shrubs and bushes and grasses to beautify the area. Like, he's like on one of the Renaissance in garden, like a rebel. Because you know, some people, they have like, they stick by a code. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't do that. He's like a designer that if it works, he's going to do it. And I'm like that too. The way how I design is I look at it like an artist would, because in my mind, I am an artist. I did go to school for graphic design. And in my mind, I have to imagine it before I put it together. So right here is the entryway of this garden to walk up and see the 17 beds that's here. So you walk this path and you have beds on both sides that have initials. So let me show you the initials real quick. So you know, like for example, this is the first bed that we went through. So you know, if you want to go and interact on the map and see what section this is. So this is section C. I think this is so pretty. I just love the texture. And when I was talking to Richard, and Rick, like I said, Rick was with me, and I was telling Richard, I said, I want to cut the grass down a little bit more, like shrink the backyard grass. And Rick was like, no. And I was like, dang, because this garden inspired me so much to think outside of the box more. And also what I like about this garden is native to Michigan. So all these plants you see are Michigan plants, which is wonderful. I just love every plant on here, even the ones that are done blooming for the season. Man, this is so pretty. I got up here early this morning. It's like 8:15, 8:30. I said, let me get up here early before everybody else get up here, because I do not want to record people on camera because they don't want to be on TV. And I am putting it on YouTube, so I want to make sure I don't put them on there and give them respect in their privacy. And when we was here, we saw a whole lot of butterflies, grasshoppers. Grasshopper with wings. I never knew that grasshopper has wings until we came up here. I used to catch grasshoppers back in the day and couldn't believe that I saw grasshoppers with wings. I will put the video up when me and Rick was chasing the grasshopper trying to make sure it had wings. It was funny. We was like, I was like, no, that's a butterfly, that's a butterfly. He's like, no, it's a grasshopper, it's a grasshopper. So we was chasing after it, and it was a grasshopper. I was able to get it on camera when it took off, and it was funny. It's like when you walk and it just pop up, and then you see the grasshoppers. It says please no writing.
Grasshopper with wings.
There you go. I got one. Ooh, there you go. They are with wings. I can't believe it. I didn't never seen grasshopper with wings. So see, there go another one.
That's why they hop and fly, and then they go down.
This is just absolutely gorgeous. It's about to get ready to bloom. I like the purple flower in the leaf structure of this plant. And I'm trying to figure out where can I put this at in my yard. It gets so massive. I want to say this is maybe about 3 feet tall, 3 by 3. But look how massive it is. And then with the grass and different stuff, this is so beautiful. You don't hear me say beautiful and gorgeous a lot in the video because I am in love with this garden. I will be back in September to do a follow-up video so you could see how it looks in the fall, and then I will come back in the spring. Right now I see grasshoppers jumping out of everywhere, and then you got bees. But like I said, if you want to know what plant is what, I will make sure I show you what letter it is and show you the little barcode, the QR code. Look at this. I don't know what this is. It looks like a dragonfly, or maybe not. I'm not too familiar with the bugs on Belle Isle like I used to when I was a kid. We used to go to the nature center, and they used to tell us all the different types of the bugs and stuff that was on the island. They still open. I might have to take my niece up here because I haven't been to the nature center in 30 years. I would like to go back up there and see what's going on, as well as the Belle Isle Aquarium. And the next video I'll probably do here is the botanical garden. I love the botanical garden. I haven't been in there in like 30 years. And I want to go back and see how everything is doing in there. I did record a video outside of it on Monday because it was closed. It's only open through Friday and Sunday. Now I'll come back up here this Sunday to do a tour. Alright, so when you scan this, it's going to give you all the plants in this area. So I'm going to keep it right here and move it closer so you guys can see and scan it. So just pause the video and scan it, and it's going to give you all the nice little information about this area. But if you look at, he picked the best spot to plant garden here. Put this garden here, the Detroit garden here. When he came to Detroit in 2019, he was looking for an area to place a garden here, because the Michigan Garden Club reached out to him, asked him, hey, do you want to put a garden in Belle Isle? He was inspired because he loves Detroit. And when he drove past this area, he saw this area and said, ooh, I need to put the garden right here because of the statue. This is not a statue, it's a building. It's Nancy and the botanical garden right there. So everything's fit. When we get close to the building, they are already planted. It's going to be a wetland. They already planted the wildflowers in that area. Can't wait to see that develop next year in the spring. So that's why I say every so many quarters I'll come up here to do a garden tour here. So let's keep walking. I'm just so excited. I watched this garden for the last 2 years. When we was on lockdown, me and my husband and my son, we came to Belle Isle a lot, because that was basically like the only thing you do during that time, is to go see the parks and different things. And I haven't really been on Belle Isle since the state took over, and I'm in love with it. It reminds me of how it was when I was a little girl. You're gonna notice it's a lot of butterflies and milkweeds in this area, because everything that's here is natural to this area. My favorite thing is the coneflowers. I just love coneflowers so much. I have so many coneflowers, so many different colors. But what's interesting, what I want now is this, how this stem is. You see how the stem is so dark? Mine is not like that. And I fertilize and they don't. Even though this is finished blooming, look, it's still pretty. And look, the leaf structure. Oh, this is how it looks when it's blooming. That's pretty. You could also volunteer if you wanted to keep this going. I'll make sure I put the link to the website so you could volunteer and get to know the plants. Like, I don't know plants like that. I know I just plant them, know certain ones. I'm thinking about volunteering here so I get to know the native plants. I would love to do that so I can become a master in knowing everything about a plant versus, oh, that's pretty, learn the name and then forget it. My memory is so bad now. I just love the bench in this area. It was designed by a Dutch designer, and this is the name of the bench. I'm trying to not stand in front of it because of the shadow. They got areas where you can sit and take a seat and just relax and just enjoy and listen to the nature. I'm glad that I came out here. I'm trying to hold the camera very steady as I'm walking. This is a mint. I was trying to figure out what it is. I had to use my phone and look it up on their website. And this is a full sun garden because it gets sun from morning to the evening. My backyard is a full sun backyard. But look at the botanical garden back there. This is a money shot photo right here. I can see a lot of people coming up here taking pictures for professional, for like Instagram or for weddings. This is a gorgeous spot. I'm looking at the blaze of stars that's straight ahead right there. Wow. And no fertilizer. It's just mind-blowing. These plants is this tall and it's only been in the ground for 2 years. I see the Michigan birds here too. I want to say it was not a heron. I can't think it's the bird that's on the dangerous species list that they trying to make sure to bring them back, like the butterflies. I just saw one. He kept running, so I couldn't get up to him, take a picture. So if you want to know what's in this area, just scan this barcode and it'll give you each plant in this area. You have different coneflowers. You have different types of grass. I like this grass. I love the grass that I have, but I love this grass. Look how tall that grass is. That at least have to be 10 feet. I had to stop talking because the helicopter was going past. That grass is just gorgeous. And you see they got all the different types of coneflowers here. I'm back to the other garden bed. So this is an A1 if you use the digital map. This is how it looks. Man, look at them blazing stars. Mine is not even that tall. My yard get full sun, but except for in the morning. And this is my favorite right here. I just like how he planted, how they planted a mass, and then you got the grass sticking up, then you have some plants sticking in here too, which make it interesting. This probably gonna end up being an hour video because I am like halfway through the garden. So this is the Nancy Brown Peace Cathedral, and it's about to be 8:40. What's their plans on doing with the Nancy Brown Cathedral? The state owned the building, and I know it costs $7 million to repair it. Oh, look at the dragonfly. I lost focus because of the dragonfly. It cost $7 million to repair it. If you live in the state of Michigan, please write to the DNR management and ask them, are they going to fix it? Because once the wet meadows flowers start blooming, as you can see, everything is overgrown. Trees need to be shaped. Then you got the little moat around the cathedral. Write to them, let them know, hey, what you going to do about this? Once you put fire under their butt, they will get into it. Even if you're not from here, still write to the DNR. Just go to the state of Michigan website and type in michigan.gov and type in DNR in the search bar and ask them, hey, what you gonna do about the Nancy Brown Peace? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Once you put that fire under their butt, they'll fix it. Now, I'm a true believer of writing. Got that from my mother. She used to write and used to complain and got it done. Now I'm the same way. I think this is so pretty. The leaf structure as well as the bloom. I want to say this is like in the yarrow family because pattern of the leaf and the flower blooms. It's gorgeous. People out here right now riding bikes. So this is the closer look of the Nancy Brown. I will walk up there, but no, just gonna record from here. Got another bench here. Like you see the same stuff over and over again. Then you see something interesting and new in each flower bed. Like I said, there's 17 flower beds here. And everything is done volunteer. So they'll come out and do maintenance on this yard. And if you want to volunteer, you can sign up on their website. I'll make sure I put the link to there. And also, if you want to donate materials, if you want to buy a plant, you can do that. You could sponsor a plant. You could pay the minimum of $10. You'll get 2 plants. So I encourage you guys to do that so we can keep this going. Oudolf have gardens around the world. He have one in Chicago and one in New York. And then this one here in Detroit. So this is the shorter version of the first plant, the purple flowers that I said that I like. I made sure I put the name up on the screen of this plant. So that's a smaller version. Then got some of these sedums over here. I just in love with this. And I got out here first thing this morning to get this done. I just love the foxgloves back there. They're so pretty. More coneflowers. I'm just in love with these coneflowers. And I have so many of them. But they got the double coneflowers now. You garden friends, you probably like, wow, this is a beautiful garden. Yes, it is in Detroit. And look at the prismets. I like to leave the seed head up too, because it make it interesting. You don't have to cut back things that's dying until the last minute before the frost. That's when I normally cut back certain plants and things. I just leave plants up so I can have something to look at. And then in the winter, it's certain plants I take to the ground, certain ones I leave up for the wildlife, for the birds and stuff. And coneflowers is one of them that I leave up. I just love how the plant combination is in this bed, and there's a lot of bees working hard. I'm gonna make sure I stay my distance from them, because you guys probably know, yes, I am allergic to bees, but I love to garden. As long as you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you. And the bees are working hard this morning. I'm gonna go around this plant because it got a lot of bees to try to get closer to that one, because I like the colors and stuff on this plant. It's gorgeous. Yeah, like I said, I was here Monday recording video, and Me and Rick, we was having a silly old time and enjoying the garden. We was acting so silly. And when I would look back at the video, I said, oh man, what did I do? I was like, it was moving around and bouncing around. So I ended up buying the tripod that goes to this camera because I had a Gorilla Pro. And it is not for this camera. I had the big one. So I went and got the Sony one that I can place in my hand. I like it. Right now it's better than what I had before. And you can also stand it. Have a stand on it. So this is so pretty. I'm just in love with the grass. And also, people, you notice you might see people in the background riding bikes, but you can't ride your bikes on the path. If you do bring your dog, it must be on a leash. If your dog make a mistake, you will have to clean it up. I'm thinking about bringing Dio up here one day. And I think he will love it. Because he'll sniff everything. He's a plant dog. He loves to be in the garden. He's probably right now wondering where I'm at. If you guys are not familiar with Dino, he's the manager of our backyard. He tells me get back to work. And he always asks for food. This is so pretty. So if you guys want to know what this is, pick a barcode in this bed. I want to show you the statue that's behind me real quick, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it around. With the everlasting witness, we keep peace with our neighbors as they have keep peace with us through the years. I know they have a plaque on it when it was restored. Because it was restored back in, let me see. So it was restored through the 1999 and 2020. I've seen a lot of people take pictures up here of it. So let's get back into the garden area. So now I'm walking on the sidewalk outside of it. This used to be a parking lot, believe it or not. And they turned it into a full-blown garden area. With walking path, grass, gravel, the whole works. Everything is just so gorgeous. Now I did go to the flying grasshopper. I don't know if you guys see it when it hopped up. You got dragonflies out here. You have finch. Sometimes you hummingbirds. All different types of native animals out here, and insects. I wouldn't wear flip-flops out here because of the bees. I will wear gym shoes and long pants. I see butterflies flying. And when I get over there, it's gone. It was a whole lot of butterflies out here on Monday. So we're almost at the end of the garden bed. I'm gonna go to the front area where the botanical at and show you how the front is looking like. This is mouse ear hosta. Look how huge this is, you guys. The conservator is closed today. Kind of bummed out about it. So look how big this fish is. This is the back of the garden, right in front of the botanical that's behind me, the garden botanical. I might be saying botanical wrong, but it's right behind me, and this is how the front of the flower bed look. I just love the design of this stone. Made me want to replace my retaining wall with this type of stone in the backyard. But this is gorgeous. Also, it's similar to the front. Got, you know, plants, flowers, different things. Just beautiful. But like I said, if you are familiar with this area, you live in Southeast Michigan, just look for the Nancy Brown Peace, and right behind the Belle Isle Garden Botanical. I will be there Sunday to record a video inside because I haven't been in there in like 30 years. I'm curious on how it looks. And if I go a little further down, the Detroit River is straight down there. It's getting a little bit warm now. Make sure you guys check out their website and sponsor a plant, volunteer, or donate materials, because like I said, everything is volunteer based and it's a 501c. It's a non-profit, so any donations will help. Also, they do garden tours where they have a volunteer that will take you guys out and talk about each plant in the area. Make sure you like this video, comment down below. Thank you for watching, and if you're new, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a beautiful, nice day.